Hi gorgeous! Woo! We are in the midst of a thunderstorm right now, so if you hear a lot of wild stuff happening behind me, that's what it is. Welcome to hurricane season. Today's video is the hit pan tag, and this was brought to my attention by one of my Snapchat friends. Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. I thought it was a really great tag to do. It's basically going through all of your makeup products and sharing which ones you have hit pan on. The first product I have to share with you is Wet n Wild's Creme Brule eyeshadow. I have replaced this one several times over. I actually have 3 as a backup, just in case I go through these when I'm not expecting to use them up. There is always a hole in this eyeshadow, and it's always the one that's on my makeup table too. Another product I have hit pan on is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Powder Foundation. And I love this foundation for so many different reasons. Number one being that it's one of those products that you can apply on your face to minimize imperfections. It's very lightweight. It works beautifully all by itself on days when I don't feel like applying a foundation and I want to wear something that's lightweight. Excellent for that. But you can also apply this as a powder over your regular foundation if you want fuller coverage and you want to extend the wear time of a foundation that may not last as long as you'd like. Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and the eyeshadow that I have hit pan on this palette is Mocha. This is my go-to eyeshadow. This is one that I like to just apply all over my eyes for a simple, warm, neutral, smoky eye. And it's also a great combination to apply on your eyes like this and put a glitter eyeshadow on the center of your lids. So I typically like to take Urban Decay's Midnight Cowboy Rides Again and just pop it onto the center of the lid after I've applied Mocha all over the eye. Really pretty like that. The Lorac Pro 2 eyeshadow palette, and the one I have hit pan here on is Nectar. No surprise there. This is the most beautiful blending shade ever. I love it, and I've actually stopped using this palette a lot because I'm afraid of running out of it. How many people do that? Naked One, another eyeshadow palette that I have hit pan on, and I think everyone has hit pan on the Naked eyeshadow in this palette because it's a beautiful crease color, a transition shade. It's an all-around great neutral to apply with every single color in this palette, and I feel like they should have put 2 Naked eyeshadows in this palette just for this very reason. The Steal It in the Light palette. I love this palette. It was my go-to for so many months, and then I hit pan on my 2 most favorite eyeshadows in this palette, and now I'm afraid to use it because I don't want to use it up. It's a lovely palette in terms of color selection, pigmentation, quality, and I'm kicking myself now for not having bought a backup of this because I have tried to dupe that neutral brown shade in this palette. It is impossible. There is nothing out there like it that I have yet to find. The Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells palette. Now the palette that I'm showing you here is not one that I have hit pan on, but I have hit pan on this eyeshadow palette in the past and I've had to replace it. And I'm getting pretty close to hitting pan with the brown shade again in this palette. This is my all-time favorite drugstore palette because it's so simplistic and it gives you the most beautiful neutral look. Another hit pan product is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Excellent powder from the drugstore. It's one of those that will last on me for upwards of 10-12 hours and still looks beautiful by the end of the day, so cannot recommend it to you enough. And another Rimmel product that I've hit pan on is one of their bronzing shades. An excellent one once again, and I like to actually use this one mixed with Vaseline and apply it onto my legs when I don't want to use sunless tanner in the summer. It gives me a warm glow on the skin without having to go and mess with the sunless tanner. I did a video on this a couple years ago, I think. If you happen to miss it, I'll have it linked for you below. It gives you the full tutorial on how I do that. But that's what I like to use this product for. The best part is it's not orange. It looks very natural on the skin, and that is why there is a big gaping hole in it. The Graftobian Color Correcting Palette. I have raved about this one so many times in the past, and I used up the green shade completely. It doesn't even exist in the palette anymore, and I loved it so much I had to go and buy a single of it. So I have the single, I still use the palette for other things, but that green shade from Graftobian is one of the best ones I've ever used for canceling redness on the skin. It's one of those you can apply all by itself, and you don't have to apply anything over the top of it because it is that good. And last but not least, I'm just going to give you a quick run through of all of the MAC eyeshadows that I have hit pan on. Yes. From my neutral palette. Ooh, goodness. Let's try that again. From my neutral palettes, Orb is one that I have hit pan on 10 times over. I think I replaced it once before too. Cork is another one of my favorites. Handwritten Sable. This is a great one all over the lid for so many different eye colors, especially green and blue eyes. It makes your eyes pop dramatically. Naked Lunch, another one of my favorites. All That Glitters. All That Glitters and Naked Lunch are very similar. I think they are dupes of one another, so you really don't need both, FYI. Another favorite that I've hit pan on is Femme Fille, but that was a limited edition eyeshadow. Patina, another one of my favorites. Great neutral to have on hand. More neutrals. Motif. This is a really interesting one because it's duochrome and it has a neutral tone in it, but a pink tone too. It's really pretty when you pair it up with a lot of different colors. Amber Lights. This was the very first MAC eyeshadow I purchased and still one of my all-time favorites. Soft Brown, another excellent neutral to use in the crease for so many different looks. Satin Taupe. Oh yes, I have replaced this one once before too. One of my favorites from MAC. Typographic. Love it because it's not an intense dark black. It's a smoky blackish gray. That's why I know how to describe it, but it's so versatile, especially with purple eyeshadows. What else here? MAC's Star Violet, another one of my favorites. I've almost used it up. CD Pearl. They discontinued this one. It was my most favorite color of all time, and I really wish I had gotten a backup of it. Nocturnal, another favorite purple of mine. Stars and Rockets. Love. Can't even begin to describe my love for that one. Digit. They discontinued this one too. Doggone it, MAC. Why did they do that? I don't use greens that much, but apparently I really liked Club, and I believe this is Olive Pigment. That was a favorite of mine for a little while too. Shroom. How could we get away without talking about Shroom as part of this video? It's another great one. Woodwinked. Yes. I had forgotten about so many of these. I just don't use my MAC eyeshadows anymore. I know I exclusively started this channel with using only MAC eyeshadows, but I've gotten away from that. And I think it's because there are so many competitors now to MAC making great quality eyeshadows, and I want to explore them all instead of being stuck with just MAC. Blue eyeshadows. Well, I have not hit pan on any of those. They're just... Okay. Pink eyeshadows. Mythology. Oh, I really did love that one. All over the lid with a copper in the crease. Ooh, pretty girl. Expensive Pink, another one of my favorites. Which one is this one? Swish. Boy, it's been a while. I used to be able to look at this color and say, that's this, that's this, that's this, but oh, I'm losing my memory here. Jest. That was another one that was a love of mine for a while. Mythical, limited edition cranberry shade. Really pretty. Cranberry. Who can forget cranberry? If they ever discontinue cranberry, I'm gonna be heartbroken. And don't tell me that they have. Last but not least, golds and oranges. So let's see, which one is this one? Gold Mine. Yeah, I did have a little bit of a love affair with that one for a while. So those are all my hit pan makeup products. Let me know what some of yours are. Do we have any in common? Feel free to share below. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.